Kim Kardashian declines a Balenciaga offer, SK denies cheating on Raven, and Alex Hall is speaking out about her relationship with Tyler Stanaland. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Shared News. We have your reality TV roundup of the week. But before we get into it, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any future videos. I'm your host, Allison Van Dam, joined today by Kayla Thompson. Kayla, which of these three topics are you most excited to dive into first?
Oh man, probably the Balenciaga because that is been such a heavy story and obviously incredibly controversial. So I'm curious to know your thoughts, and yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to unpack.
Totally. So let's just start off right there. So Kim Kardashian reportedly turned down a 2023 Balenciaga campaign offer after announcing that she was, quote, reevaluating her partnership with the fashion house amid the BDSM ad scandal. So according to TMZ, the brand approached Kim with the offer before the controversial images came out, but she declined the gig shortly after the backlash started. So as a refresher, if you're not sure about the Balenciaga scandal, the outrage actually began earlier this month after Balenciaga released an ad campaign featuring children holding teddy bears dressed in BDSM style harnesses. And an image from a separate Balenciaga ad included a Supreme Court ruling about child pornography. And since then, Balenciaga has apologized twice and pulled all of the ad campaign images. You know, everyone was looking for a quote or a response from Kim. She's had a lot of ties to Balenciaga. She loves wearing their clothes and, kind of being an advocate for them. So she actually posted to her Instagram story saying, quote, I have been quiet for the past few days, not because I haven't been disgusted and outraged by the recent Balenciaga campaigns, but because I wanted an opportunity to speak to their team to understand for myself how this could have happened. As a mother of four, I have been shaken by the disturbing images. The safety of children must be held with the highest regard, and any attempts to normalize child abuse of any kind should have no place in our society, period.
Mm.
So, after this post, after her kind of putting her foot down and speaking with Balenciaga, it's no surprise to me that she would have turned down working with them again, especially so soon for a 2023 ad campaign. What did you think of these images when you saw them? Do you think this is really going to haunt Balenciaga for a long time? Is their brand going to suffer? Kayla, I kind of want to know where you're standing with all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when you see the photos and, a lot of people have posted and uncovered even like some paperwork in the setting of the photos and the photo shoot itself. It's hard not to realize that there's something really sinister going on, and whoever was in
Hmm.
charge of putting together the set and the creative director behind that shoot. And I think that, everyone who's ever worked, every celebrity who's ever worked with Balenciaga or is currently in partnership with them definitely should do what Kim is doing and talk to their team, figure out, what was going on, the root of it, and then just go ahead and cut ties because, yeah, the message that it's sending is absolutely inappropriate in all shapes and forms and all levels. And there's really no excuse for it that it even came out, and that Balenciaga saw it and approved it. I mean, it's pretty out of control. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, and it feels also like there is still a lot of finger pointing going on. Obviously people are looking to Kim to make a statement. She's saying she spoke with their team and is cutting ties with them or not doing this 2023 campaign. I saw an article saying that, Balenciaga was potentially doing suing the ad company whose, I guess, concept this might have been. So is that Balenciaga trying to
Hmm.
say, well, this wasn't really our idea. We hired this external company and they created this. It just feels like we don't exactly know who's to blame. But yeah, this should have never been
Yeah,
approved as a marketing concept. Even if Balenciaga hires an external company, I would think that there are several, checks and balances that they have to go through as a
exactly.
global company and such a well-known name to ensure this doesn't happen. So either someone thought it would
Right.
land completely differently, someone did something behind someone else's back, but I mean, the images are sickening, and I don't understand why that would have
Yeah.
ever been seen as something that was even, you couldn't even say that's pushing the envelope or it's going to be something that's talked about.
Mhm.
It's too far.
Yeah, it's entirely too far, and Balenciaga can sue the ad company and all of that, but they have to take responsibility for the fact that it came across their table and they
Mhm.
approved it to be released as a campaign. And I think at the end of the day, like, you're responsible for your brand and what's put out in your name. So, I mean, I think they just need to take full ownership, and they need to, I don't know, they need to do something to kind of forward, I guess maybe flip the narrative and show that, like, hey, we are absolutely against anything with a, involving child abuse, more than just an Instagram story and suing them. So I don't know. It's,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a little scary. It's really concerning, to be honest.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's tons of conversations happening right now, just like you said. How do we flip this? What's the PR angle on this? And I mean, they can try all
Mhm.
they want, but like those images are out there. And even if they've redacted
Yeah.
them, the way the internet works, anyone who Googles it is going to be able to see it. And even if they are somewhat able to flip this and maybe, create a different campaign or donate a ton of money, I think, is really always going to be linked to the name Balenciaga, which is really unfortunate, but maybe deserved after releasing something like that.
Completely agree.
So, next up in our reality TV recap, Love is Blind star SK is doubling down on his claims that he didn't cheat on his former fiancee Raven after numerous women accused him of infidelity on TikTok. Now, we know that the TikTok went viral from a woman named Tana saying that she had this kind of long term relationship with SK, whether it was exclusive or not. They traveled together, they went to weddings. She had all these receipts, photos, texts, a ton of proof that they had, this friendship or relationship for a couple years. But SK told Life and Style on Wednesday that he and Raven were not dating when he was talking to other women, and said that all of his other relationships were casual. He said, quote, all of the allegations about me cheating are false. At no point did we consider each other boyfriend and girlfriend. She is not my ex. The situation between Hannah and I was never formal. So I don't know if that necessarily changes things. I mean, I think we all knew that it was kind of
Mhm.
casual in nature. I don't think she never even said in the TikTok, oh, we were exclusive or we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and here's where we define the relationship. The whole point was she was with SK for, I think it was either a year and a half, 2 years, something along that line. They were
Mm.
taking these trips, they were in constant communication. So I mean, I guess SK is saying there is no cheating. There shouldn't be anyone calling him a cheater. We know that Raven has taken down all photos of the two of them, and I think they're pretty much done. So who do we believe at
Yeah.
this point? Because clearly it seems like from her online actions, Raven's still pretty hurt about all of this.
Yeah, and I think Raven being hurt says a lot, and it kind of leads me to be like, well, maybe you really did cheat, and maybe clear this up for me, Allison. Like, here's my question: is like, what is the actual timeline? Like, was he casually in a relationship with this girl or these two women from 2020 to 2021? Like, because I know filming of Love is Blind 3 was summer of
Mhm.
2021. Him and Raven didn't leave together, but shortly after they got into a relationship and were in a relationship for about a year after that. So was it in 2022 that these women are claiming that he was with? Like, I'm kind of fuzzy on that.
Yeah, so I mean she had a lot of photos and receipts, but I think one of the most incriminating points of evidence was, I believe they had a
Hmm.
trip planned, or they talked about a trip that he ended up canceling because of a school conflict, and I believe that was supposed to be August or September of this year in 2022.
Oh,
So
wow.
that to me was the issue, because it's not like this all just
Yeah.
ended. It was still going
Right,
on.
exactly. Yeah, so that, I don't know. SK can say that, but I need a more clear understanding of the timeline. And you can say all day long that, well, we weren't exclusive or she wasn't my girlfriend, we didn't have those titles, but you went on trips with this person. That doesn't scream casual to me. Casual is, hey, we hang out in groups or we get a drink every now and then, or we hang
Mhm.
out. You went on trips with this woman, the two of you, I'm assuming. So I just feel like it's not casual in nature. And I think, like, the proof is in the pudding, and it kind of, like, if it talks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, or whatever people say, it's a duck. All around, it's just so upsetting because Love is Blind 3 was so messy to say the least.
Yep.
That SK and Raven were like this beam of sunshine with Alexa and Brennan, and now it's like, oh, never mind. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's just,
And what
yeah.
is so heartbreaking is I've heard through the grapevine that basically Raven's feelings were all real. And it sounds like for a while, both of their
Mm,
feelings for each other were very real. Raven's definitely were. And I think her heartbreak is very real. And from what I've heard, it sounds more like, SK had his own version of the truth. And that I think comes across in this statement of he had these certain parameters of what was okay and what wasn't. And he really thought he was doing nothing wrong. And maybe he was conveying a
mm,
certain truth or a certain version of how things happen to Raven. But when TikToks start coming out, it's really hard to back up those kind of half truths that you've been telling to your
yeah.
fiance. And I think that's why they ended things is basically, he couldn't spin it in a way. He couldn't convince her
Mm.
that it was fine.
Right. Especially when, we're aware that you're telling this woman that I just went on this show for money and I just did it for clout, I
Mhm.
guess. So it just makes it worse when you've said things to one person, then you told Raven something different, and now all of this is coming out. It's just giving sketch all around.
Yep.
And yeah, it's upsetting.
No, I agree. And I'm team Raven on this one because even if SK thinks he did nothing wrong, I'm not sure I would want to be with someone who had this quote unquote casual relationship with someone for multiple
Yeah.
years and was flying them around the world and
Exactly.
keeping it kind of sus and hidden. Like that's just not a quality that I would want in a life partner.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, not for me. Definitely not for me.
Not for us here at Shared News. But finally, rounding out our topics this week, Alex Hall from Selling the OC is setting the record straight about her relationship with her co star, Tyler Stanaland. So, to remind everyone, this all kind of got some buzz because back when Tyler and his ex wife, Brittany Snow, announced their separation in September, that same day, Alex and Tyler were spotted together having dinner with their friends. Now, it wasn't just the two of them,
Mm.
but according to TMZ, they were not shy about touching each other throughout the night. And in one of the photos, Tyler can be seen apparently sniffing Alex. So I don't know why that's a point of endearment, but apparently it is. But Alex is denying any sort of romance rumors, anything about that dinner being romantic, saying, quote, we were literally at our favorite sushi restaurant right by the office, and someone snapped a picture on their iPhone of us. And we were out with more than just us. There was definitely all of our friends, but at the end of the day, Tyler was going through a really, really hard time. So I
Mm.
guess that makes sense because yeah, if that's the day that the news broke that he and Brittany were separating, that's got to be emotional. If he was at the office, maybe they all
Yeah.
took him out to dinner. But I think a lot of people
Mhm.
had questions about Alex and Tyler after watching Selling the OC season one. They were definitely
Mhm.
affectionate, touchy. I don't know if
Mhm.
coworkers or friends really do that. Maybe they do, but is there something there? And do you think we'll be seeing a
Yeah.
potential romance or potentially even a stage date between the two of them in season two?
Yeah. I mean, I think that if I know reality TV, I know that they're going to try to capitalize on Alex and Tyler. So, I think that, I don't know. I think a lot of things. I think one, the timing of things makes everything seem like it's something that is probably not in terms of them being in a relationship or pursuing something at this time. I think just because Selling the OC recently came out, and now quickly after that they announced their divorce. Now they're seen together right at this same time of the announcement
Mhm.
of the divorce. And we saw in Selling the OC that it wasn't just they were touchy, but also they had swiped on each other, I think, on a dating app, or had went on a date before. I can't remember which, but they were
Mhm.
interested in each other in a romantic sense before. Um, but at the same time, a lot of them were very touchy with each other. A lot of the
That's true.
women considered Tyler very attractive, and he's new. And so I don't know. And they did seem to be good friends. So I don't think anything's happening right now. I definitely believe them, but will something happen? Probably in due time. I think so. I
Yeah.
think that they'll definitely kind of play into in season 2 this will they won't they, what's kind of going on, what are their feelings for each other thing. But
Mhm.
we'll have to just see, I guess.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's not beyond the Selling Sunset producers to try and like push their cast for more scripted or staged moments. I don't think. I feel like
Hmm.
Christine Quinn has been pretty vocal about that. They do have their kind of measures of either, having someone not interact with the rest of the cast, or really like the orchestration behind the scenes is definitely there. So even if it's a
Yeah.
matter of just having them go get a drink, or like, taking little audio footage from a different chunk to make it seem like it's something's up in the
Right.
air. So I'm
Yeah.
with you. I don't think it would be too far fetched to see a potential date, or at least interest, or something said in like an interview moment where it's implied that there's an
Hmm.
attraction or an interest. But I guess we'll just have
Right.
to wait and see for Selling the OC season 2. Um,
Yeah.
I don't think we have a release date at this point. Our very own Zachary Reality actually posted with
Hmm.
Alex Hall. He got a little video with her and he asked for a start date, or if there was even going to be a season 2. And I'm pretty sure her response was, well, I can't tell you when it's going to be released. So implying that there would be a season
Ooh.
2, it is on the way.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to keep up to date with Alex Hall and maybe Zach. Maybe Zach knows something he's not letting on. But that is everything we have for you this week for your reality TV recap. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below about everything about Kim, SK, Alex Hall, and Tyler. We want to know your thoughts. And before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our future videos. I'm your host, Allison Van Dam, joined today by Kayla Thompson. Our social handles are on the screen right now if you want to come give us a follow and say hello. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.